Yo! Welcome back to another video, man. Today we got some more JxmyHighroller. You feel me? Well, you will never see anything like this again. You feel me? I'm not gonna lie. I've been tapped in with the playoffs. Playoffs been crazy, gang. Nuggets, T-Wolves, crazy. Lakers, Rockets, crazy. Magic and Pistons. I've never seen two teams struggle on offense as bad as those two teams in the first round, bro. That joint was a defense fest. And Jalen Duren, that nigga boo boo. I ain't finna hold you. That nigga boo boo. I haven't talked about sports in a long time with y'all. Let me get my junk off. Jalen Duren, poop. Paolo Banchero. He had like 2 games during that series, but he's been poop. You feel me? What's it called? Nikola Jokic, poop. Poop. That nigga is poop. He did hoop out that last game, but poop game, poop throughout the whole series, getting locked up by Rudy Gobert. Getting locked up. Jaden McDaniels, pooper. You feel me? As the time I'm recording this junk, I just watched the T-Wolves versus the Spurs, and the T-Wolves came out and won the game. Great game. Ant was frying shit in the third quarter. I think it was on the minutes restriction because he was still injured. But when that fourth quarter came, it was like, when it was like 4 minutes left in the game, Ant was just turning the ball over crazy and leaving his assignment crazy. I ain't gonna hold you. But, what else? Wimpy, stinker. Offensively. Defensively, that nigga was a monster. Holy shit. Defensively, that nigga was a monster. But offensively, P. Ooh. P, I think he went like 0 for 8, 0 for 9 from 3, gang. Like, that junk was bad. Like, it was bad. Like, it was terrible, gang. PU, but defensively, oh my god, nigga was smacking shit out the glass, crazy game. Like, what drive was it? I think it was like was it a Simmons layup or Jaden McDaniels? One of them. I think it was either Jaden McDaniels or was it Ant? One of them, bro. One of them drove to the paint, bro. Wimpy was on the other side of the fucking paint. I was like, bro, there's no way he getting that shit. This nigga jumped up and smacked that shit out the fucking glass out of nowhere. I'm like, yo, you really cannot attack the paint when Wimpy was in there. And you know what was funny? As soon as Wimpy, like the T-Wolves would take a lot more jump shots when Wimpy was on there because they were forced to. But as soon as Wimpy got off the floor, bruh, they were attacking that paint crazy. So bad that they went to a zone, bro. It was so bad they went to a zone, gang, and they were just playing drop coverage the whole time, bro. It was crazy. That game was crazy, bro. And still then, at the end of the game, I think Ant had a turnover. He threw a turnover, and it was like a 1-point game. And they had a good look. The Spurs had a good look to tie. It was a wide open 3, sidestep wide open 3. They just ended up clinking it. Great game though. That series is gonna be crazy though. But let me stop talking. I've been fucking. I've been what's it called? Talking this whole time on each other. But make sure I like and subscribe. Original video will be linked down below. Check out the second channel. Just posted The Walking Dead. Walking Dead is gonna be coming out every weekend. And yeah. Without further ado, let's get into this vid, man.
James is there to greet him. Second body.
Oh yeah, this was crazy too.
Get it ahead for James. Slaps it over to Kennard.
41, by the way. 41, by the way. Crazy.
James is money.
This game-tying bomb from LeBron in Game 3 against the Rockets was a season-defining moment for the Lakers. It led to an overtime victory, and it gave them a 3-0 lead in the series. But for LeBron, this was just another moment.
Oh, Shangoon, ass, stinky. That I forgot about that. That nigga stinky. That nigga run like a bad bitch. I ain't finna hold you, bro. That nigga stinky.
In his career. Throughout the course of his 23 seasons in the NBA, he's hit 29 of these go-ahead or game-tying shots with less than 24 seconds on the clock in the playoffs. The next closest active player has only hit 12. The shot itself, in the moment, under those circumstances, was spectacular. But the real anomaly is how LeBron continues to do this in his 23rd NBA season. But just how absurd is this really? Well, 10 seconds before this shot, a 41-year-old LeBron is playing full court man-to-man defense.
Oh yeah, and what's the name? The point guard. I forgot what his name was, bro. I forgot what his name. Reed Shepard, stinky ass. That nigga been ass for a couple years now. That nigga is stinky. I don't know. I know they be trying to develop that nigga and shit, but holy hell. Oh my God.
In crunch time of the playoffs, the player he's picking up from 80 feet out wasn't even alive when LeBron made his NBA debut.
That's
Reed
actually
Shepard
insane.
is being guarded by a remnant of an NBA that doesn't even exist anymore. A walking NBA artifact that shouldn't even be in the league at this point. And yet, here he is, about to shut down a player that didn't even exist when he was getting his first NBA buckets. What LeBron is doing right now is not only breaking the limit of what an athlete should be capable of after 23 years in the league, what he's doing right now shouldn't even be possible.
It's actually crazy, bro. Actually crazy. Oh yeah, who's playing today? Lakers Thunder. Oh my God, it might be ugly for the Lakers game. I ain't finna hold you. Might be a 4-0 sweep. I ain't finna hold you. Game. I want
Today's
T-Wolves.
video is sponsored by CT to
Get your money, Jimmy.
And right
Get your money,
your
Jimmy.
account only on
40 years old.
I want T-Wolves finals. I ain't finna hold you. T-Wolves finals game. Whoever coming out of the West is gonna win the fucking win the title. Like everybody on the East is ass. I'm sorry. Everybody on the East is ass. I don't see anybody on the East, especially like I would say like before the playoffs started, I would say like the either the Pistons or the Celtics. But you see, when niggas actually get to play defense, get all physical and shit, niggas started looking different, gang. I ain't gonna hold you. Like, why can't we get this throughout the whole season so niggas get accustomed to that shit? You feel me? When the playoffs come in and niggas get more physical, you really gotta get a bucket. Niggas don't be showing up, bruh. I ain't gonna hold you. Niggas don't be showing up, bruh.
He was easily the best player on the floor at 40. LeBron is 34 years old. He will never be as good as Michael Jordan was at 40. Michael was 40, and he was easily the best player on the floor. LeBron James
like
at
milk.
40 will not be in an NBA game 6 years from now, and we're all going, wow, LeBron against Milwaukee. He's easily the best player on the floor. I don't buy stats. LeBron will be a tidal wave of stats over Michael Jordan. But I'll tell you one thing LeBron will never be. As good as Jordan at 40. No way.
This
like
clip
milk.
from Colin Cowherd isn't from this season. It isn't from last season. It's from 2019, 7 years ago. LeBron was only 34 years old. He was 13 points away from passing Michael Jordan on the all-time scoring list. And this entire rant about his future in the league, his fading
And
dominance,
he passed Michael Jordan 7 years ago? Damn.
and his imminent retirement from basketball was due to the fact that he was going to miss the playoffs for the first time in 13 years. Not only did LeBron go on to win a championship the very next season, but 7 years later, and absolutely nothing has changed. Not LeBron's game, not how much he can elevate his game in the postseason, not even the narratives. Leading up to Game 1 of the Lakers-Rockets series, the future looked bleak for Los Angeles. With the absence of Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves, predictions on the series looked less like a breakdown of the potential matchup and more like a farewell to the Lakers and their season. How bad will the Rockets blow out the Lakers? Are they gonna sweep LA? What does Houston's second-round matchup look like? LeBron just spent the last 6 months adjusting to his role as the third option for the first time in his career. And with half of their offense sitting on the sideline, the Lakers' odds were slim to none. And as many times as LeBron has carried his team, as many times as he's defied the odds, there is no way a 41-year-old LeBron is going to miraculously turn back the clock and do it again.
Niggas forget that this nigga's been doing this shit for years, gang. He just going back to the road that he always did. That's all he doing. He just shifting back to the road that he always did. Carry a team. That's all he been doing.
Lakers trying to close out game 2.
Hey, at 40 is crazy.
He defied the odds, turned back the clock, and did it again. 19, 13, and 8, 28, 8, and 7, 29, 13, and 6, 25, and 7. One win away from a series win, a game-tying bucket, a lob to his own child in the playoffs. My friends, this is not normal. Matter of fact, this shouldn't even be possible. But after getting out to a 3-0 lead in the series, LeBron and the Lakers are now facing scrutiny for allowing the Rockets to make a comeback. The door was all but closed on Houston after a statement victory in Game 3, but after dropping back-to-back games, that door has now been kicked wide open. And despite being the oldest player in the league who willingly played third fiddle all season long with more miles on him than any player in history, LeBron is now taking the blame. And if it wasn't clear before that LeBron is held to a completely different standard than every player to ever grace the league, it's clear now. Because what LeBron has managed to pull off so far in the playoffs is a contradiction to everything we thought we knew about age and longevity in the NBA.
And it's weird to put expectations on LeBron because this nigga is 40, but he's doing shit that 40-year-olds should never be doing. So it's like, do we up the expectations or do we just keep him where it's at? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's weird. It's just weird because it's like, bro, no one should be expecting this type of shit from a 40-year-old game. No one. But at the same time, it's LeBron James, so it's like he can do whatever the fuck he want. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, bro. I don't know. It's like it's just like a weird middle ground because it's like, yo, you judging him? Are you judging him off of LeBron James, or are you judging him off of his age? You feel me? Because his age, it makes it seem like about age is like, bro, you should not have any expectations for him. But his name alone probably has the most expectations out of any player of all time. You feel me?
To put into perspective what LeBron is doing right now, here is every player who has played at least 150 minutes so far in the postseason, charted according to their age and their average game score in the playoffs. Game score being a stat that tracks not necessarily how well a player has played, but how productive they are, the good minus the bad. And according to game score, despite his struggles, Nikola Jokic has been the most productive player in the playoffs with an average game score of 22.5.
This is why you can't just look at stats, because when I was watching that fucking game, that nigga was poop. That nigga could not buy a bucket, gang. That's why it's like, that's why I understand both sides. Like, I get the stat nerds, I understand the stat nerds because you want to look at the underlying like stats of what, you know, what's going on. But if you watch the game, it's like if you watch the game, it tells you shit that stats cannot tell you, game. Bro, Nikola Jokic was fucking terrible in that series. Terrible. Ass. Garbage. I wish somebody would say that he was actually good. He was fucking garbage. The only time he played good was at the last game they played. That was the only time. Every other time, he was getting locked up by Rudy. Like, it was a clip. Bro, not a clip, but it was a, I'm pretty sure I can find a clip. Oh my God, I forgot what game it was. I was watching that shit. And literally, like, usually when Jokic is in the high or low post, a double is going to come. Or in the, they're going to, flash another man to, bait out a pass or something. Something to get the ball out of Jokic's hands because he's a passer, so you can't do a full-on double. You know what I mean? But they were just staying home. Like, the T-Wolves were just staying home. And we were like, yeah, we're confident that Rudy Gobert going to get us a stop because you haven't been scoring on this nigga. You feel me? It's crazy. That nigga was playing like ass. So this stat, bro, it's just, bro, no game. Like, all this stat shit is like, game, just watch the game.
Followed by Jason Tatum and Karl Anthony Towns. The youngest player on here is VJ Edgecombe, who is just 20 years old and playing meaningful playoff minutes. But overall, there's no real trend going on here. However, there is
another one. Tyrese Maxey, fucking bucket. Oh my God, that nigga's a bucket. That nigga took off. That nigga dropped his dick off during the Celtics series. I didn't watch the first game of the who did they face? I forgot who they faced. I didn't watch the Knicks and Sixers game. But in the last game of that Celtics Game 7 Celtics what's it called game? 76ers game? Tyrese Maxey dropped his dick on the table and said, "Hey, I got this, little bruh," and just like was fucking cooking shit, gang, doing that fourth quarter. Crazy, gang. Crazy, bruh. Hey, Tyrese Maxey is a bucket, gang. I ain't finna hold you.
A real lack of older players. Nearly every player on this chart is under the age of 32, and almost half of them are under the age of 26. The playoffs do not favor old guys, unless you're LeBron, and age simply doesn't apply to you. There are only 3 players on this chart who are above the age of 30 with an average game score of at least 17. 31-year-old Jokic, 30-year-old Kat, and 41-year-old LeBron. The man is literally off the chart, and as it's always been, he is still expected to carry his team through the playoffs. We have never seen anything like this before, and we'll probably never see anything like this again. But there was a moment in Game 3 of this series that is so unlikely, so impossibly absurd, that I guarantee you'll never see it again in your lifetime. With 8:45 left in the second quarter, LeBron made this bucket off the glass to put the Lakers up 7.
It remind me of that fucking he did the same motion he did when that game winner when he was in Cleveland against, I think, Toronto. Same exact motion.
Possession, Bronny came down, came off the screen set by his father, and made a 3. On the next possession, the Lakers got out to a fast break and LeBron threw a lob to his son. And then in the following possession, LeBron came down and hit this 3. And to wrap up this entire sequence, in the very next possession, LeBron cut inside for an easy layup. What you just witnessed was a 12-point run by a dad and his son in the NBA playoffs. Now, I know we've become a bit desensitized to this dynamic over the last couple years, but can we stop for just a moment to recognize this man just threw a lob to his child in an NBA playoff game? In a league built off of incredible plays and becoming witness to seemingly impossible things, this is, without a doubt, the only thing you'll never see again. In fact, look around the court in this series, and you will see the reality of LeBron's unprecedented reign in the NBA. The entire Rockets crunch time lineup, Şengün, Jabari Smith, Amen Thompson, Tari Eason, were all in...
Tari Eason played like shit, too. That nigga, there was a game that he was shooting like, oh my god, ass.
Diapers when LeBron suited up for his first NBA game. The Rockets are getting gamed on by the ghost of NBA's past. Pan to the right, and you'll see Rockets head coach Ime Udoka, a veteran who's been coaching in the NBA since 2012. And as many of you might know, Ime once played in the NBA himself, his rookie debut coming all the way back on January 14th, 2004. 3 months after LeBron made his NBA debut. Ime started his NBA career as a player, played 8 seasons in the league, retired, coached Tim Duncan and the Spurs against LeBron in 2 different finals, and has now coached in the league for 13 years, all within the span of LeBron's NBA career.
That's
LeBron was getting
insane.
NBA buckets before him, he's got buckets on him, and he's gotten buckets on his teams. But even the biggest LeBron fans did not expect him to be this good at this stage in his career. I doubt many fans expected him to even play this long at all. Like in this article, where the question is asked, is it time for LeBron to take a step back and let his teammates carry the load? Saying that his decline will come sooner or later, which may have been true and relevant if this article wasn't published in 2017.
But hasn't he, I'm pretty sure there was, LeBron has stated that he's been wanting to play off ball for years, but it's kind of tough because he's always been the best ball handler in multiple positions outside of probably Kyrie. Well, he's been the best playmaker all of his years up until he met Luka. He's been the best playmaker. So it's like, bro, we need the ball in your hands because you're our best playmaker. But he's been. Didn't he state that he wanted to be off ball for years? But the team is like, hey, we need you on the ball to facilitate for everybody, gang. And in turn, if you really think about it, he kind of, everybody's trying to look for that next LeBron, like the 6'8", 6'9" forward that can facilitate and get teammates open and shit like that. Bro, that's not easy to come across, bro. So everybody that comes into the league that is tall, they immediately be like, you gotta play make. When in reality, bro, just put a guard next to him, gang. Like literally, like what they try to do with Paolo, Jason Tatum. Even though Jason Tatum is okay when it comes to playmaking, but he's not no LeBron. Who else? I guess you could say Cade, but Cade has always been a point guard, even coming out of high school. I'm forgetting a couple of players, but everybody that's coming in like 6'7", 6'8", 6'9", that probably has a little handle. You're like, oh yeah, we need you to facilitate, but it's not in their bag, bro. Just put a guard next to him, bro. Just put a table setter next to him, and it'll be straight game. LeBron is an anomaly, gang. Stop trying to make the next LeBron.
Nearly a decade ago, the idea of an old, withered LeBron, unrecognizable from the dominance we once knew, has been floating around for longer than some players' entire careers. Following the 2019 season, after 16 years in the league, that was a big narrative going around. If LeBron still had it, or if you should call it quits. The very next season, LeBron won an NBA championship, bouncing the Rockets out of the playoffs and forcing them into a rebuild in the process. In fact, the Rockets team we see today, 6 years later, is the product of their rebuild at the hands of Bubble LeBron. And here he is in 2026 to blow it all up and send them into another rebuild. The man has been so dominant for so long that teams have been assembled, built up, torn down, built back up again, and on the verge of being torn back down again before he even lost a step. The man has been doing this for a very long time. His first playoff appearance was all the way back in 2006. In fact, it was in that same season.
That nigga LeBron has been in the he's been playing in the league since I was right after I was born, gang. Nigga been playing in the league right after I was born.
When he took this photo with a couple of young Rockets fans, two kids excited to meet an NBA.
This look like doesn't this look like Evan Mobley?
Superstar and one of their favorite players. But that kid on the right, he isn't just any young NBA fan.
Is that Evan Mobley?
That's Knicks star point guard, Jalen Brunson.
Oh, that's Jalen Brunson.
When he was just 9 years
it.
old. By the time Brunson was in 4th grade, LeBron was already regarded as possibly the best player in the world. He had just finished second in MVP voting and made the postseason for the first time in his career. It was a series against the Washington Wizards, where a 21-year-old LeBron averaged 35, 7, and 6. For every graphic or stat you'll see showing LeBron setting records as the oldest player to accomplish something, if you go back far enough, you'll see a fresh-faced LeBron in a graphic featured as one of the youngest players to accomplish something. It was in the following season where LeBron took an underwhelming Cavs team to the finals as a 22-year-old in a postseason run so dominant that writers were already calling that time in NBA basketball the LeBron era. Long before podcasts and YouTube, Bill Simmons was covering LeBron's ascension to NBA royalty, and he also deemed this time as the LeBron era. Articles and write-ups so old you have to dig through archives just to find them, featuring quotes like this one after LeBron's legendary 48-point bomb against the Pistons in 2007. If you care about basketball, you'll remember where you watched this game 20 years from now. But Simmons was
ironic.
Wrong. A lot of fans don't remember where they were when LeBron had this performance, because they weren't born yet. Nearly 20 years later, and the fans that do remember it are watching him do it again. There's no precedence for what LeBron is doing. There's no history of any other player coming close to this caliber of play at this stage in their career. There's hardly any comps to even put this into perspective, but I'll give it my best shot.
And another thing I noticed, bro, a lot of NBA fans are like extremely young. Even I like considered young for like an NBA fan, and I'm 23. But niggas don't remember the downside of having somebody that plays for a long time is the fact that people are going to forget their prime. Like we caught there's some kids out there that only caught the end seasons of Chris Paul, or the end seasons of a Dwayne Wade, or the end seasons of a D Rose. You know what I mean? And never saw their prime. That's why Dwayne Wade will always be higher than James Harden for me. I know that's like a highly debate, but I don't even think it's a close game. Like Dwayne Wade, back then, bro, this nigga was fucking dropping 30 a night, gang. 30 a night, gang. In the playoffs, just scorching shit on a busted up knee. And he will lock up your best player on the other end. Like, bro, Dwayne Wade was different, gang. Dwayne Wade was different, bro. And a lot of people don't remember, like, a lot of people are going to remember the end prime of Dwayne Wade and judge it off of that, but they haven't seen the prime Dwayne Wade. You feel me? So all the people that say Dwayne Wade is better than James Harden, they're the people that are saying that are remembering prime Dwayne Wade. And the other people that didn't watch the prime Dwayne Wade think you're fucking crazy. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with who I just said name, Chris Paul. There's gonna be people that will remember Chris Paul on the edge of end of his career. You know what I'm saying? But they're not gonna remember the Hornets Chris Paul or the Clippers Chris Paul. You feel me? That's how you know niggas getting old, gang. I'm turning into an old head, bro.
Throughout India,
I'm starting to slowly but surely start feeling how these old heads be feeling, bro. You don't know how good Tim Duncan was.
history, there have only been
that might be me, gang.
to play a playoff game.
You don't know how good D-Wade was. That might be me in a couple years. I ain't finna hold shit.
Past the age of 41. Forget being a serviceable player. Just
niggas talk about some damn. Hey, bruh. They were playing against streamers and TikTokers back then.
Court in the postseason
Nigga, I be pissed.
Is a miracle. And here are all 6 of those players in terms of their average playoff game score after they turned 41. Udonis Haslem only played 3 minutes in the postseason past the age of 41, so he actually had a negative game score. Kevin Willis, 1 point, 1 rebound per game, good for an average game score of 0.3. Robert Parrish was good for 3 and 2 a night. He saw the court for a couple minutes a game in the postseason and had an average game score of 2.4. And then there's Dikembe Mutombo, who was an actual contributor in the postseason past the age of 41. 3 and 6 a night in 8 games, good for an average game score of 5.1. But it is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who was once the gold standard for longevity in the NBA. At 41, Kareem defied the odds, started every game in the postseason, and averaged 11 and 4, with an average game score of 6.4. The best old guy the NBA had ever seen. Or at least, he was, until LeBron grew old and set a completely new standard. Apologies for the wait, he should be coming up here soon. There he is. Oh, wait. Not yet. And then there's... Oh, shoot. Sorry. We're not there yet. There he is. And then...
22, 7,
LeBron,
and 8. Crazy,
who has
bro.
completely shattered our concept of longevity. And 20 years after his first appearance in the playoffs, remains one of the best basketball players on the planet.
Absolutely insane, bro. Hey, shout out LeBron, man. He doing his thing, bro. Shout out to all my sports lovers. Hope you guys have been enjoying the amount of sports, bro. I'm a sports lover, gang. I watch football, I watch soccer, I watch basketball. I'm trying to get into hockey, and I'm trying to get into what's it called, bro? Baseball. You feel me? But yeah, I hope you guys have been enjoyed the video. Make sure I like and subscribe. Original video gonna be a link down below. Check out the second channel. And without further ado, I'll see y'all in the next vid, man.